Captains for the two teams are out on the field. The Wildcats being represented tonight by Greg Woofter, Matt Collins, Kiki Houston, and Morgan Blackburn. So the Wildcats have an all-senior, as they normally do, captains out there. The band is still out on the field. The captains for the Jefferson County Patriots, I'm kind of obscured by the Oak Ridge captains. It's kind of a chilly night. Jefferson County, very hard to believe that with Ricky Upton on their team that they are 2-6, but that is their record.
Well, you know, I've got a stats right here, David, and it's kind of staggering. He has rushed the ball 204 times this year, 1,564 yards, 7.6 yards per carry, 11 rushing touchdowns, and he has also had a 76-yard run, which would have been his longest. But as a total for their offense, they have rushed the ball for 1,718 yards. He has 1,564 yards of those, so he's got probably 95% of their total yardage, which is just amazing. He'll get the ball probably 25 times a night.
This is a team that we could probably see on this field in 2 weeks because looking at the playoff structure, and we'll run down that a little bit later on, and I talked a little bit about it briefly in the pregame, but Oak Ridge could very easily, in fact, most probably, about 85%, in my opinion, still an opinion here. You've got to figure certain teams are going to beat other teams, but I don't think this Jefferson County team is going to lose to Heritage, which is 0-8. Science Hill is going to play William Blount, and I think, honestly, that Science Hill will win that ball game. Science Hill is an excellent team. Oak Ridge should play Jefferson County, but they could play Science Hill in the first round. There's a variety of scenarios, and actually, if Oak Ridge were not to win the Farragut game next Thursday, they could fall to as far as third within our region if they did not beat the Farragut Admirals, and we don't want that to happen. We've got the destiny in our own hands. We want to go ahead and beat Farragut next Thursday night, win the regional championship, and have 3 potential home games in the playoffs.
Well, obviously, the Farragut game is going to be your biggest game of the year. You got to win that ball game. It's kind of weird that you say it's on a Thursday night. I'm just sitting down here looking at the captains. Morgan Blackburn. There cannot be a person in this state that is more excited to play a ball game than Morgan Blackburn. Of course, he played for Jefferson County last couple years. Now he's got the Wildcat uniform on, ready to play. He's got to be just totally excited to play this ball game.
The crowd in front of me is beginning to make a little noise, and I agree with that. In fact, we spoke to him right before the ball game, and he is extremely fired up for this one. The crowd making a little noise as the Wildcats begin to make their trip down from the locker room to our right, down the steps, and they'll head on the Blankenship field here in a few short moments. Scott, I think the key to the ball game is you've got to stop Ricky Upton. I don't think 1,500 yards is basically like a Bohannon-type running back. Very few teams were able to stop him completely. You just got to make sure you kind of bend just a little bit and don't break.
Well, no, I think I'm not exactly sure. You probably know he got 409 yards against, I think it was Heritage or William Blount, one of those two teams. And then he turned right around. I believe he got 300 yards against someone. But I also noticed, I think it was Morristown West, he got 66 yards. That would have been the game before last week. So it can be done. And you're right, there's only one objective in this ball game, and it is to stop Ricky Upton. Other than Ricky Upton, they really don't have a whole lot.
This is not a regional ball game for either team. The Wildcats are going to not play Greg Myers tonight because of an ankle injury he picked up last week. The Jefferson County Patriots probably are holding out their starting quarterback, Joey Davis. He hurt his knee last week in the Dobbins-Bennett ball game, and he is not going to play tonight. I guess saving him for the more important regional ball game, and that's the same situation for Greg Myers and the Farragut game next Thursday. Well, the Wildcats are running through the band, and we're moments away from the start of this non-regional ball game here at Blankenship Field, the Oak Ridge High School Wildcats and the Jefferson County Patriots. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll have the kickoff. Jefferson County has won the toss. We'll come back with a kickoff following this 90-second timeout. Here at Blankenship Field on AM 1290 WATO. The Wildcats getting ready to kick off to the Jefferson County Patriots. Daniel Wetzel will do the honors for the Wildcats. The Oak Ridge fans beginning to rise to their feet, and we're about to get set on WATO and Tennessee Cablevision Channel 12. Back to receive the kick for the Jefferson County Patriots. Their do-it-all running back, number 44, Ricky Upton, along with one other back. And here's the kick by Daniel Wetzel. Line drive kick will go sailing to the 1-yard line. Picked up at that point to the 5, to the 10, to the 15, to the 20, up to around the 25-yard line will go the return man for the Jefferson County Patriots, and we're about to get underway. The offense out on the field. Julian Stevens out there along with Drew Walker for the Wildcats. It'll be Jefferson County. First down, 10 yards to go. Quarterback for them will bring his team to the line. Number 16, the scheduled starter, Casey Jones, 6'1", 180-pound senior. High formation, receivers left and right. The tailback is Upton. Up to the line they'll come. Four-man front. First down, 10 yards to go, Jefferson County. And actually the quarterback is Dale Kozik, a 6', 145-pounder. The ball carrier moves the ball forward before Greg Wolfter makes the stop. The ball carrier for them is number 43, Brandon Williams, 5'11", 210-pounder.
Stats on the quarterback Kozik. He's thrown the ball 15 times, completed 10 of those. He has had 2 interceptions, and he's had 1 touchdown pass for a total of 185 yards.
Gain of 3 on that play. Second down, 7 yards to go. Just underway from Blankenship. I formation. Kozik hands it off to Upton. Upton right through the middle of the line. Gains about 3 or 4 yards as he brings the ball across the 30-yard line up to around the 33. It'll be third down and about 2 yards to go. Drew Walker again there on the stop along with Greg Wolfter and Matt Smith. It'll be third down, about a yard to go. Just underway from Blankenship. 10:57 to play in the first quarter of a scoreless ball game. The Patriots and the Wildcats, a rivalry that dates back to 1982, a rivalry which for the most part in the early days of the rivalry dominated by Jefferson County, in the 90s dominated by Oak Ridge. I formation, receivers left and right. Upton gets the call. Boom! He's knocked down in the backfield, and the Wildcats force Jefferson County to punt.
Morgan Blackburn in. I don't know if he had some kind of a stunt. Came in unblocked and hit Ricky Upton back in the backfield and will force the Patriots to have to punt the ball.
And the Wildcats will drop back 2 men to receive the punt from the Jefferson County Patriots. It'll be Kiki Houston along with Nick Crow standing back at the 35-yard line. Fourth down at about 3. Loss of a couple yards on the play. Good snap. Here's pressure. Here's the kick. Wobbly kick angling toward Nick Crow. He fields it at the 40. Starts running to the sideline and is tripped up at the 43-yard line, and that's where the Oak Ridge offense will take over. First down, 10 yards to go. Brad Fleener on the stop for the Patriots, and the offensive unit led by the senior quarterback, Jared Tharp, comes out on the field. The backfield for Oak Ridge consists of Rock Harden, Kiki Houston, and Greg Adams. The Wildcats at the 42-yard line of Oak Ridge, moving from left to right, wearing their Cardinal jerseys, gray pants. The Patriots in gray, kind of a grayish blue pants with white jerseys and blue numerals. First and 10, Oak Ridge. Tharp with Houston in motion to the right side will hand it off here to Rock Harden. Rock Harden looking for a hole. Does not get back to the line of scrimmage. He's tackled at the 41-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard on the play. Justin Anderson there on the stop for the Jefferson County Patriots. Mark Hayes is our statistician tonight. We're also on Tennessee Cablevision Channel 12. The replay of the game can be seen at 12 noon following an interview with Rock Harden on Tennessee Cablevision Channel 12. Receivers left and right. It's Houston split out to the right. Sean Thomas to the left. The backfield is split. Tharp under center from his own 41. Jared rolls to his left. Looks down the middle of the field. There's Jacob Schneider, makes the catch at the 40. Jacob Schneider to the 35-yard line. First down, 10 yards to go. Jacob Schneider found himself wide open, makes the reception. It's a first down reception for Oak Ridge.
What's an outstanding play all around for Oak Ridge. Excuse me. They ran the bootleg to the left side, and one of the defensive ends had gone way, way, way up the field, and the quarterback Tharp had to step inside, saw Schneider coming across the middle, thought the ball was just a hair high, bobbled for just a second, but brought down in a gain of 27 yards.
Up to the 32-yard line of Jefferson County will come Oak Ridge. The Wildcats split out. Rico Brown to the left side, wide to the right side for Oak Ridge is Kiki Houston. He comes in motion. The backfield split. Tharp hands it straight up the middle to Adams. Adams across the 30 to the Jefferson County 28-yard line. Greg Adams, one of 2 running backs on this team that has rushed for over 1,000 yards in their career, and he moves the ball forward for a gain of close to 3 yards. It'll be second down, a long 6 to go for a first down. Rico Brown comes out of the ball game. Rico getting some playing time tonight. Had a big catch last week against Campbell County. Oak Ridge is driven to the Jefferson County 28-yard line. Greg Wolfter, the first man to the line. He's the center for the Wildcats. Sean Thomas split out to the left. The slot man is Rock Harden. Adams and Houston. Rock comes in motion. Handoff goes to Rock Harden with blockers in front. He's at the 30 to the 25. Rock spins his way down to around the 22-yard line. That should be an Oak Ridge first down as Rock just got behind his blocking on the right side of the line. Matt Kimbrough along with the Wildcats' Eric Inger. It'll be first down, 10 yards to go, I do believe, as the official will call an official timeout to bring the Chains on the field. The Wildcats and the Patriots in a scoreless ball game. 8 minutes, 19 seconds to play. We're in the first quarter, and the Chains are being brought from all the way across the field. We mentioned it's kind of a nippy night, but as I look down here, crowd filled in quite nicely, kind of a slow and arriving crowd. I guess they didn't want to be sitting out in the cold too long as the Chains are stretched. It is a first down for the Wildcats at the 22-yard line, and Oak Ridge will bring the ball back in, a play back in through the wideout Adrian Porter, who Coach Gaddis says should see some time tonight at quarterback. And he'll split out to the left. Wide to the right will go Oak Ridge's Kiki Houston, the Wildcats. Jacob Schneider, the tight end, lined up on the right. Backfield split. Tharp under center, 1st and 10. Handoff goes to Adams. Can't find a hole. Barely gets back to the line of scrimmage, if indeed he did, at the 23-yard line. Nothing going on the left side. Chris Johnston is out there on the line for the Wildcats. Oak Ridge was going to alternate Johnston and Eichen in Greg Myers' guard spot tonight. Johnston has actually started a couple ball games at center, and he was a guard last year, and they moved him to center this year, so it wasn't much of a transition for him to relearn the position. 2nd down and 12. Tharp rolling, looking, runs across the 25 to the 20. Jared Tharp down to around the 17-yard line, took a shot at the end of the play, was able to get up positive yardage as he brings the ball across the 20, as I mentioned, up to officially around the 16-yard line.
It's kind of interesting play that time. Kiki Houston was going back almost like an option play, David. And as the quarterback Tharp was going around, I really wasn't sure if it was some kind of a deep option or a pass. I think it may have been maybe even some type of a late screen where Kiki Houston were to go on around. May see that play later on in this ball game.
3rd down, 5 yards to go. The ball is at around the 16-yard line. Tharp rolling to his right, looking into the end zone. Now we'll go across the middle. There's the man, incomplete. The intended receiver could have either been Jacob Schneider or Adrian Porter. It'll be an incomplete pass. Both were in the end zone, and Daniel Wetzel will attempt a field goal. He'll put the tee down. Let's see. He'll put it down, or they'll put the hold down at around the 25-yard line as play is halted momentarily. An equipment problem for one of the Jefferson County Patriots. Wetzel to attempt a field goal, a 35-yarder. Daniel has hit 11 field goals in his career. The record is 13. High snap, lots of pressure. The kick by Daniel looks on its way up, and it is no good. Off to the right side. So Jefferson County holds, and their offense will come back out on the field. 6:43 to play. We're in the first quarter of a scoreless ball game. The Wildcats and the Patriots here at Blankenship Field.
Well, just a little bit wide to the right, David. It looks actually from up here, I thought it may be good, but obviously as soon as the ball was kicked, you could see the referee start looking at each other. It was no good, wide to the right, and Jefferson County will take over on the 20-yard line.
Up to the line they'll come. They'll split a single man here to the near side for them. That'll be Justin Griffin. Quarterback is Kozik once again. I formation. Ricky Upton, the tailback. Kozik rolls down the line of scrimmage, fumbles the pitch to Upton. He falls back on it at around the 12-yard line, so they'll lose yardage all the way back to the 12. It'll be 2nd down and long. Not a great pitch, and we mentioned their starting quarterback is Joey Davis. He injured his knee last week in the Dobbins-Bennett ball game, and we were told he will not play at all today. And this young man hasn't played all that much this year. He's only a sophomore, 6 foot, 145-pounder. A loss back to around the 13. It'll be 2nd down, 17 yards to go for Jefferson County. I formation, receivers left and right. The Wildcats put 5 on the line. Kozik under center from the 13. Heavy pressure. Here's a pass deflected and incomplete. Drew Walker and Kiki Houston defending. Morgan Blackburn looked like he was coming in. Came in strong on the quarterback. It's an incomplete pass.
Well, he was coming in strong, David, and the quarterback took a couple steps and just really threw an ugly pass out here. Nothing, kind of a quick slant in, and Matt Smith, I believe Drew Walker was also there defending. If this wasn't a very pretty pass, and I don't know if he was rushed or what, but it's going to be a long night if they don't throw the ball any more effectively than that one.
Really, they haven't thrown the ball, but for a little over 300 yards all season long. The show has been Ricky Upton. 3rd down, 17 yards to go. 4 receivers in the pattern, single running back. Kozik back to pass, draw play to Upton. Upton looking for running room. Across the 15, tackled at the 20. Gets back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll be 4th down and 10, and they'll be forced to punt. Wildcat stop is made by Morgan Blackburn, his former teammate. as Oak Ridge gets Nathan Christian in the ball game for John Jordan, who comes out. Once again, Kiki Houston and Nick Crow standing back here to receive the punt at around the midfield stripe. Actually, that's Adrian Porter back there along with Houston. Here's the punt by Jefferson County. High, short kick. Kiki calls for a fair catch and makes it at around the 43-yard line of the Jefferson County Patriots, and that's where the Oak Ridge offense will take over. First down, 10 yards to go.
It's outstanding field position, David. Both times, I guess the first drive they got the ball around the 45-yard line. This time they get the ball on Jefferson County's 43-yard line. So battle of field position right now, Oak Ridge is definitely winning.
5 minutes, 28 seconds to play. First quarter, scoreless ball game. Rock Harden splits out to the left. Ryan Benjamin is in at tailback. Wildcats also have Sean Thomas split out to the right. Back in motion will come Rock. Tharp hands it off to James Booker. Booker gains about a yard, maybe two, as he brings the ball to the 42-yard line. Jefferson County and the Wildcats. The Wildcats winning the playoff ball game a year ago, and Jefferson County winning the regular season ball game 20-10 as Adrian Porter brings in the play from Ron Gray, the offensive coordinator at Oak Ridge High School, and the Wildcats come to the line. Second down and about 8 yards to go. Porter split out to the left, James Booker to the right. Jared Tharp, the senior quarterback, under center in a scoreless ball game. Booker comes in motion back to the left side. Tharp will pass. There's the pass complete at the 30. Down the field will come Adrian Porter. Spins his way down to around the 27-yard line. That'll be a first down for the Wildcats.
Outstanding throw that time. I guess it was Porter who had gone in motion and turned up the field and around about a 7 or 8 yard curl, and Jared Tharp just stuck it right in his gut. Outstanding throw that time. And then after he caught the ball, he kind of made a couple spins and picked up a first down.
Benjamin comes out of the ball game. The Wildcats get Thomas split out to the right. Oak Ridge with Houston in a slot to the right. First down 10. Handoff straight up the middle. Adams runs over a man to around the 20-yard line, and that is a gain of about 8 on the play as Adams just stuck it right up the middle. It'll be second down and about, we'll call it 2, maybe 3 yards. We'll call it officially 3 yards. Second down and a long 2 actually for a first down. The ball just shy of the 20. I got it right eventually.
2, 3. We'll call it 2.5. How's that?
That's fine. Second down, 2.5 yards to go. Two receivers split out here to the right. Backfield split again for Tharp. 4 minutes to play first quarter. Jared pitches to Kiki Houston. Houston at the 20. Moves the ball down to the 15-yard line. That is another first down run for Kiki Houston, the leading ground gainer on the year for the Wildcats with over 400 yards rushing, an average of 8.24 yards per carry, and he brings the ball to the 15-yard line.
You can really see what Oak Ridge is trying to do. They've got so much speed. They're trying to utilize all of it. They're hitting the outside, and they're trying to hit that quick little trap up the middle occasionally to kind of keep the defense honest, but they've run nothing off tackle.
Backfield split once again. Jared rolling to his left, has time across the middle. There's the man. Touchdown, Oak Ridge. The Wildcats score. A crisply thrown pass by Jared Tharp to Sean Thomas. 6-0 Oak Ridge. Here's the snap by Jacob Schneider. Here's the kick by Daniel Wetzel. It's up and it's good. Oak Ridge leads it 7-0, and we'll be back in 60 seconds. Back here at Blankenship Field on AM 1290 WATO. The Wildcats in the lead 7-0. It'll be Daniel Wetzel to kick off for Oak Ridge. 3:40 to play in the first quarter, so the Wildcats get on the scoreboard first, and Daniel will kick off again. This kickoff sponsored by the Oak Ridge Conference Center and the Oak Ridge Mall, and this one goes sailing into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. So the Wildcats score on the touchdown reception by Sean Thomas. That's his 3rd touchdown of the year for the Oak Ridge Wildcats, and Oak Ridge, more importantly, up 7-0. This is a non-regional ball game. Next week, next Thursday actually, the Wildcats will close out their regular season against the Farragut Admirals, and that'll be for the regional championship. Both teams battling it out. Once again, these two teams have done that before in the past, and it'll be Oak Ridge and Farragut Thursday night. Not a Friday ball game. It'll be Thursday night. Up to the line will come Jefferson County. 1st and 10 at the 20. Upton gets the handoff. Tries to turn the corner. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. Drew Walker came in strong and dropped him just at the 20-yard line. It'll be second down and about 9 yards to go.
I think Drew learned real quick. You go up against Ricky Upton, you can't take him high. He's going to do a Herschel Walker on you. You got to tackle him low, and he was running toward the sideline, and Drew just shot right at his leg, made an outstanding open field tackle for virtually no gain.
This is probably one of the best running backs in the state of Tennessee, very highly recruited by just about every major college and university in the United States. He gets about a yard on that play. Second down, 9 yards to go. He's the tailback. Quarterback rolling. The pitch will once again go to him. Once again, Drew Walker hits him. They drop him at the 20-yard line. The Wildcats just keying wherever Upton goes. The Wildcat defense is following. It'll be no gain. In fact, might have even lost a yard. The Wildcats all over Ricky Upton once again.
Well, their defense is doing an outstanding job, doing a great job of pursuit. That time they ran the option, and I believe it was Stephen Woods made the quarterback pitch just a little early. That time let the pursuit get there. Outstanding job by the Oak Ridge defense.
It'll be third down, a little bit more than 10 yards to go for a first. Up to the line will come Jefferson County. Two receivers split out here to the left. Single man to the far right. Upton the lone running back. Four-man front. The Wildcats shift just a little bit. Kozak the quarterback. Quarterback running. Sacked. He is dropped, and it's going to be a sack by Stephen Wood. They called him down. He got away from him, but it'll be a loss on the play. And once again, Jefferson County will be forced to punt.
Well, I don't know. Obviously, it was some kind of a weird-looking option, David. Just a strange-looking play. The quarterback came out, and Stephen Wood, as soon as he came out, wrapped him up. Another aggressive play by Stephen Wood.
And the Wildcats should get great field position once again. Jefferson County punting from around the goal line. Good snap. Here's the punt. It's away. High, very high kick. Fair catch signal for him made by Adrian Porter at the 40-yard line, and a flag goes down. He called for a fair catch, and then he was hit by Diamond Rattler, and he drops him, hits him at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a penalty against the Jefferson County Patriots.
I don't know what Diamond was thinking, that it's fair catch, and then he came in and hit him. Didn't hit him hard, kind of one of those, forgot you fair caught it, but it's going to cost them 15, I believe, David.
And indeed that is the case. And they'll walk the penalty yardage as if the Patriots needed that. The line of scrimmage to start this drive will be at the Jefferson County 25-yard line. It'll be, that's Morgan Blackburn's family down below cheering for the Wildcats down there, making a lot of noise right outside of our window. Backfield split, up to the line, 1st and 10 Oak Ridge. Kiki Houston in motion. Jared Tharp, the quarterback. Handoff straight up the middle. Benjamin. Oh, a big hole opened up, and just as soon as he started going, Justin Anderson tripped him up, or he might have seen nothing but a touchdown in front of him as he was tripped up at the line of scrimmage.
I don't think there was anything there, David. It was clear sailing right to the end zone. Very last minute, the linebacker, Justin Anderson, trips him up, picks up 3, but it was a big game breaker. Could have been.
Minute 21 to play and counting in the first quarter. 7-0 Oak Ridge. Adrian Porter splits out here to the right. Rock Harden to the left. Benjamin in the backfield along with Kiki Houston from the 23-yard line. 2nd down 8. Rock comes in motion towards the Oak Ridge sideline. Jared will pass. It's complete to Adrian Porter. Adrian breaks a tackle at the 18-yard line, then goes down. Gain of 4 or 5 yards. Officially at the 18-yard line. Mark there. It'll be 3rd down and close to 5 yards to go. We're down to 52 seconds and counting in the first quarter. Live from a chilly Blankenship Field on AM 1290 WATO and Tennessee Cablevision Channel 12. Wildcats trying to win their 7th game of the year. Jefferson County has lost to Oak Ridge. Let's see, 3 out of the last 5 times they've played. The Wildcats winning the playoff ball game last October, actually November. 3rd down, handoff goes Kiki Houston. Houston at the 20, cuts across the field, picks up a 1st down, cuts back across the 15 to around the 13. 1st down, 10 yards to go for Oak Ridge as Kiki Houston carries for a Wildcat 1st down.
Isn't it fun to watch Kiki Houston? He really likes going to his left, I believe. It seems like he runs the ball better to the left, which is really strange for most running backs. Always like to go to your right. I know it doesn't sound like it's a big difference, but it really is. It makes the long run, makes a great cut back about the 16, 17-yard line to pick up another 3 or 4.
That might have been the last play of the first quarter. The Wildcats don't have a lot of time to get it off. 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Tharp under center. The snap is not in time as the first quarter comes to a close. Our score after 1 quarter of football here at Blankenship Field is the Oak Ridge Wildcats 7 and the Jefferson County Patriots nothing. And we'll be back in 60 seconds. Back here at Blankenship Field, David Clary, Scott Munger, along with our statistician Mark Hayes. Dan Peters is our engineer back at WATO. We're also on Tennessee Cablevision Channel 12. Philip Leander, Chris Boyd, and Matt Tedford. as the Wildcats come to the line. First down, 10 yards to go at the Jefferson County 13-yard line. Backfield split. Rock comes in motion. Single receiver. Jared rolling to his right with Chris Johnston blocking along with Inger. He looks down the field. Now will cut the ball across the 15. Cut inside to around the 5-yard line. Tackled at that point by the Jefferson County Patriots. Jared Tharp, who's ran the ball extremely well all season long, with over 200 yards rushing this season, averaging almost 7 yards per carry, picks up about 6 yards on that run. Second down, 4 yards to go. 11:37 to play. It's been a battle of field position to this point. The Patriots haven't really been able to move the ball. I don't believe they have a first down in the ball game, and Oak Ridge has just played on the Jefferson County side of the field since the beginning of the ball game. Second down, 4 yards to go. The ball is at the 6. Handoff goes to Kiki Houston. Kiki Houston cuts back inside 5, down to the 3, to the 2, and tackled at about the 1-yard line. It'll be first down, goal to go for the Wildcats.
Oak Ridge has just such a tremendous quickness advantage, David. It's very obvious. It kind of reminds me of the Bearden game when you could just tell there was no class as far as the two different quicknesses. Kiki Houston that time makes a couple cuts and just leaves people standing. Outstanding run, 1st and 2 from the 2-yard line.
Rico Brown comes into the game for the Wildcats. It'll be, as Scott mentioned, first down, goal to go at the 2-yard line. 10:43 to play. Clock is ticking. The Wildcats come to the line. Jared Tharp, the senior quarterback, looks at the line set. It'll be Brown split out here to his left. To his right is Kiki Houston. It's Tharp carrying the ball forward for what appears to be, and yes it is, touchdown Oak Ridge. The Wildcats score, and they lead it now by a score of 13-0 over Jefferson County. Oak Ridge will go for the extra point here. 10:19 to play. The Wildcats, which rolled up 57 points last week against Campbell County, really just moving the ball at will against the Jefferson County Patriots, and it'll be Daniel Wetzel to attempt yet another extra point. Drew Walker will hold as officials timeout once again. The Wildcats leading 13-0. 9:58 to play. Play is halted again. The official coming over to talk with Coach Joe Gaddis, head coach of the Wildcats, as the clock ticking, continuing to tick for whatever reason. I guess they can't control it down on the field, so another problem with the electric clock. They had a problem with the public address system before the ball game, and now there seems to be a problem with the clock. The electric clock operator just cannot stop it. They're having a conversation with Coach Gaddis, and you know, this is a brand new scoreboard. You'd think that the bugs would be worked out, or there wouldn't be any bugs, as Coach Gaddis said to you down on the field before the ball game.
Well, he was a little irritated. We tried to get the PA working with some music, tried to get the scoreboard, and he just kind of said, hey, you know, we built bombs in this city. I'm surely to goodness we can get the PA working and the scoreboard working at the same time.
Well, maybe they need to get some of those bomb builders down there to work on the scoreboard, and maybe they should drop a bomb, as now Coach Gaddis is wandering up in our direction, telling the official where to go. He's done that before. 13-0 our score, and Coach Gaddis is sending the clock operator up into the press box, and they'll operate the clock, I would assume, from up here in the press box. So obviously the little device that they use, the little clicker down on the field, will be that's the thing that's not functioning, and he'll come on up to the press box to work the clock. They got it stopped at 8:53 to play in the first half, but they're going to have to put a lot more time back out on the clock. While we have a moment, Oak Ridge in the lead 13-0, and as I mentioned, it's a game of field position. The Wildcats have had it all night.
Well, they've dominated the game so far, David. You know, it started off on the opening kickoff. They couldn't get anything going, had forced to punt to Oak Ridge, and then from there it's been, you know, two different succession and great drives for the Wildcats.
Daniel Wetzel finally able to attempt the extra point, and he kicks it up, and it's good. Oak Ridge leads at 14-0, and we'll be back in 60 seconds. Back here at Blankenship Field, Daniel Wetzel to kick off once again. 14-0, the Wildcats in the lead. We're on AM 1290 WATO, and this kickoff is brought to you and sponsored by the Oak Ridge Conference Center in the Oak Ridge Mall. Kick is a squibber right down the middle of the field, picked up at the 10 to the 15, tackle made at the around the 20-yard line up to around the 22-yard line. Somebody came in and made a nice tackle down there for Oak Ridge. It was Matt Stevens of the Wildcats. It'll be first down, 10 yards to go for the Jefferson County Patriots. While I have the moment here, I'd like to thank the people at M&W Auto Repair in Elza Gate. Mike and Wanda Marsh would like to invite anybody in Oak Ridge listening to this broadcast to stop by. They have the best prices in town on auto repairs, big and small. That's M&W Auto Repair in Oak Ridge. Quarterback hands it off to Upton. Upton hit at the line of scrimmage, buried, driven back hard. It'll be no gain on the play for Ricky Upton. If you remember, it was that end of the field last year where they had a little screen pass, and Matt Smith came up and just rocked him about 5 yards backwards and really essentially took him out of the ball game.
That was the second best hit. I think the first one was, the one earlier in the year. Outstanding hit and totally changed the complex of the whole game. And Ricky Upton did nothing. I mean, absolutely nothing for the remainder of that ball game.
9.5 minutes to play in the first half. 14-0 Oak Ridge. Single receiver split out here to the right. I formation, single man to the left. Second down and 12. Upton gets the call. Once again, he's hit at the line of scrimmage, and once again, no place to go for Big Bad Ricky. He goes down, and you've got to feel a little sorry for him. Without their starting quarterback, it kind of limits them, I guess, a little bit in what they want to do. Their quarterback, they list him, the one that's missing, as 6'6", 200 pounds, and they're going with a backup quarterback, a sophomore, Dale Kosick, a 6', 145-pound sophomore, who's probably played a lot at the junior varsity level, as he's directing his team, and so far the Patriots just haven't been able to get any kind of offense at all. Third down, 12 yards to go, receivers left and right, 8:45 to play in the second quarter. Upton's the tailback. Kosick will pitch to Upton. Upton trying to get to the corner. He gets to the outside, but only gains a 2 or 3 yards, stays in bounds, tackle to the 21. It's fourth down, and they'll punt once again.
What an outstanding job. Of course, it's still early in this ball game. This defense is just doing an incredible job. Looks like Coach Lucer's really mixing things up. He's making all the linemen shift and running some stunts. Outstanding aggressiveness. Good game plan by this Wildcat coaching staff.
Sean Thomas back here to receive the kick, along with one other Wildcat standing at around the 45-yard line. Flags are down. The snap is a bad one. It's picked up, and there's a big stick, and the Wildcats drop him, unable to get the punt off at the 15-yard line. Wildcats had Crow and Thomas back to receive the kick. Flag went down on the snap. And I don't know if the Wildcats were offsides, but they sure had a lot of people in on the punter. The official's going to come over and give us the official word. 8:02 to play first half, 14-0 Oak Ridge. Penalty is offsides against the Jefferson County Patriots, declined, and the Wildcats will take over inside the Jefferson County 20-yard line at the 17.
I don't know what happened. Maybe a player jumped or something, but the ball was the snap of the punt hit the guy around his ankles. He actually got through a couple guys, and then I think it was Morgan Blackburn came in to finish him off, and Oak Ridge has got outstanding field position. And I would not be surprised at all if they throw the ball up in the end zone on this play right here.
Here comes Oak Ridge to the line. Kiki Houston and Sean Thomas split out to the right. The Wildcats with Benjamin in the backfield along with Rock Carden. It's Kiki in motion. Handoff goes to Kiki Houston. Houston tries to cut back in. 15-yard line. Dives forward to around the 12. Fine run by Kiki Houston. 7:53 and counting first half. 14-0 our score. Oak Ridge fans, you might better get used to this Jefferson County team, because most likely they will be back here in 2 weeks from tonight in the first round of the playoffs. There's still a lot of things that have to take place next week in their region and within our region, but most likely about 85% probability that Jefferson County will be Oak Ridge's first round opponent. Here comes the Wildcats to the line. Tharp rolling to his right. Gets a block from Inger. Fires the pass. It's intercepted by Jefferson County. And the man moves the ball to the 15 up to the 20-yard line. Intercepted and picked off by the Patriots. It'll be first down, 10 yards to go for Jefferson County.
I think he'd want to have that one back, David. He had a lot of trouble that he was trying to escape 2 or 3 different people. Somebody was right in his face. He was trying to throw the ball to, I believe it was the fullback in the flats, to Benjamin, and the linebacker came in, stepped in, and got it.
7 minutes, 16 seconds to play. 14-0 Oak Ridge in the lead. We're in the second quarter of this non-regional ball game, the next to the last ball game of the year. Next Thursday, Oak Ridge will close it out against Farragut here at Blankenship. Upton's the lone running back, 4 receivers. Upton gets the call, fumbles the football, the ball's on the field, and it's recovered by Jefferson County. It'll be second down, 20 yards to go, 7:08 to play. Jefferson County having all kinds of trouble getting their offense moving. They got nothing really at all on that one. It'll, in fact, might even lost about a half a yard. We'll call it second down and 10 yards to go. We'll be getting other scores of other ball games. In fact, we'll have Dan Peters with a scoreboard report at the halftime mark. We'll also have Mark with his statistics. Once again, single running back. Once again, 4 receivers. Upton is that running back. Second down and 11. And once again, Upton gets the handoff. And once again, Upton, for the first time, breaks free. Down the sideline, 40 to the 45 to the 50. Finally tackled inside Wildcat territory at the 48. So finally, Upton breaks one, and he picks up great yardage. First down, 10 yards to go. Their first down of the ball game.
That's what he can do for you. That's exactly why he's got 1,500 yards. You can keep him. All of a sudden, he's going to break a long one on you, and there he did. A lot of missed tackles, but I believe it was Shipley that came in and caught him from behind to really stop a touchdown.
2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left, single running back once again. 4-man front, 14-0 Oak Ridge. The ball's at the 47-yard line. Quarterback rolling, pitching to the fullback, number 3, who moves the ball forward for a gain of about 4 or 5 yards. Rodney Phipps, 6'2", 200-pound senior on the carry. It'll be a gain of about, I guess, maybe 5. Drew Walker there on the stop. The ball is at the Oak Ridge 40, around the 43-yard line. Second down, 5 yards to go. Deepest penetration for sure for the Patriots. They come to the line once again, splitting out number 13, Justin Griffin to the left. Another man to the left. 2 receivers here to the right. Upton, second down, 5 yards to go. He's the lone running back behind the quarterback. Draw play, Upton carries the ball for good yardage. First down yardage as he brings the ball across the 40 to the Oak Ridge 35-yard line. So they're spreading the field just a little bit. That's opening it up a little bit for Upton, and he picks up a first down. 5 minutes, 29 seconds to play. This drive started after an Oak Ridge turnover, and the Patriots have been able to move the ball down the field, and a timeout is asked for. And onto the field will come the defensive coordinator of the Wildcats, Bruce Lucier. While he talks to his defense, let's send it back to the station. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Hey, Dan. Thanks a lot, Dan. We are back here at Blankenship Field. 5:29 to play first half. 14-0 Oak Ridge. 1st and 10, Jefferson County. 3 receivers to the left. Upton, the lone running back. Kozik under center. Upton with the call. Hit at the line of scrimmage. Morgan Blackburn along with the Wildcats. John Jordan, Tommy Grissom there to make the stop. Greg Adams there just in case. It'll be a gain of about 2. It'll bring up for Jefferson County. Actually a gain of only a yard. Second down, 9 yards to go. The ball's at the Oak Ridge 34-yard line. 5 minutes, 7 seconds to play. Up to the line once again will come the Patriots. Receivers left and right. Single running back once again is Upton. Kozik looks at his 3 receivers split out to his left. Upton standing behind him. Upton, no, it's the quarterback running, pitching, great play. They don't make the tackle. He's across the 20 down to the 16-yard line. Somebody didn't pick up the pitch man, and they pick up a first down.
I've gone back to running a little bit more veer. I'd say that this quarterback can maybe a little bit more used to that. That time it was a really ugly play starting off. Matter of fact, Upton almost fell down trying to get the ball. Quarterback keeps it and then pitches it the last minute for a big first down for them on the 16-yard line. They'll take over.
Before this drive started, Jefferson County only had 3 yards, and they have moved the ball steadily down the field. They're inside the Oak Ridge 20 now at the 17-yard line. Kozik under center. First down, 10 yards to go. Upton hit at the line. Greg Adams grabs him, drops him to the turf. So once again, the Wildcats make the stop on Ricky Upton, and it'll be, no gain on the play. Second down, 10 yards to go. Time-consuming drive for Jefferson County. Rock Harden's going to come in defensively for the Wildcats. Out will go Drew Walker. The Wildcats secondary includes James Booker, Rock Harden, Matt Smith, Kiki Houston. The linebackers are Morgan Blackburn and Greg Adams. Line, Wolfter and Wood on the end. Grissom and Jordan, the tackles. Second down, 10. Upton once again moves the ball forward, this time for a gain of 2 or 3 yards. Upton, he's a big fellow, very, very aggressive. He's big, running back, and he's used to carrying the ball 25, 30 times a ball game. He's already carried the ball quite a few times in this one. 14 times already here in the first half. Third down, 7 yards to go. 14 carries in the first half.
That's unbelievable. And you know, we said that he'd get the ball probably 25 times. At this pace, he may get it 35 times. Third
down, 7 yards to go. 3:19 to play first half. Kozik with Upton in the backfield. Once again, 4 receivers. Movement across the line. One of the Wildcats jumped, and then they jumped off sides. We'll have to see what the official deems the penalty against Oak Ridge. 5-yard step off, and the Wildcats will be penalized 5, and that'll make it a lot easier for them to pick up the first down.
Well, it hurts really because, you know, I feel very comfortable, you know, a 3rd and 5, but when you got Ricky Upton and it's 3rd and 1.5, that's a big difference, especially down there that deep on the end zone.
14-0, Oak Ridge in the lead, 3:12 to play. Most impressive drive of the night for Jefferson County. Receivers to the left and to the right. Upton, the lone running back. They need about 2. Kozik under center. Sneaks the ball forward to around the 5-yard line. The pile moves forward, and that is a first down. Very fine run. Really, I've been impressed with this young man. Only a sophomore, and he's come in a tough situation for him. The starting quarterback not able to play. That's a first down, so it's first down, goal to go for Jefferson County. 2:58 to play. The Wildcats had it inside the 15-yard line, turned it over, and now the Patriots knocking on the door for their first score of the night. Jefferson County splits out 2 receivers to the left once again, 2 to the right. Upton behind Kozik at the 5-yard line. First down, goal to go. Upton into the end zone. No, he's going to be dropped at the 3-yard line. Fumbles the ball, and it goes out of the end zone. And if that is the case, Oak Ridge would get the ball. He fumbled it out of the end zone. It is a touchback, and the Wildcats are going to take over. That's the signal. That's the signal.
There's only one official that says touchback. He was slung down, and the ball came out. It was fumbled out of the end zone. It should be a touchback. No doubt about it. Yes.
And the Wildcats will take over. First down, 10 yards to go. I guess the only question down there is whether the ground caused a fumble, but that wasn't the case, and Oak Ridge gets the football.
I happen to have the binoculars on it, David. No way the ground. I'm not sure who the tackler was, but he had the ball had his hand on the ball, and when he slung him down, the ball ended up going out of the end zone. You had one official there who saw it, obviously, but he was very slow to make the call. Finally, he made the call kind of sheepishly, kind of just threw his hand up. It was like, well, you know, I kind of think that might be a touchback, and that's what they called.
First down, 10 yards to go for Oak Ridge. Handoff goes to Ryan Benjamin. Benjamin gains a yard, not much more than that. 2:25 to play in the first half. It's 14-0. Oak Ridge in the lead, so the bullet dodged by the Wildcats as they fumble it in and out of the end zone. Adrian Porter comes in the play with the play. Gives it to Jared Tharp, the senior quarterback. 2:09 to play. Ball's at the 21-yard line. Second down, 9 yards to go. Porter splitting out to the right. Booker in a slot to the right. Benjamin in the backfield along with Oak Ridge's Harden, I do believe. No, it's Kiki. Tharp giving it off to Booker. Booker at the 20. Booker moving the ball up the field to around the 26-yard line. It's third down at about 5 yards to go. Wildcats, still a lot of time here. They need a first down here. They are in danger of giving the ball back to Jefferson County. Ball's at the 25-yard line, 1:39 to play. 14-0 as Rico Brown brings in the play. Rico's played a lot tonight. I guess got his chance last week, made the most of it in the Campbell County ball game, and he's in the regular rotation tonight as the Wildcats split out Brown and Rock Harden to the right. Wildcats need about 5 for a first down from the 25-yard line. Tharp looking. Has some time. Now it's breaking down. He's running for his life. Sacked. Back at the 12-yard line. Went deeper, and Jefferson County dropped him. And they're going to get the ball back, and the Wildcats will be punting from around their own goal line. Trey McDonald's first opportunity of the night. And they'll drop a man back here at around the 45-yard line. Trey will punt from around the goal line. Under a minute to play. Jefferson County, as play is halted, the man back to receive the punt, not very far back, and Jefferson County will call a timeout. So the Wildcats weren't able to get the first down. In fact, the first 2 plays of the conservative nature, and the Wildcats giving the ball back to them, and a big loss on Jared Tharp on that last one.
You know what's funny about this football game? Oak Ridge is up 14-0. They come out and get the ball down here. On the 20 yard line or so. Getting ready to make it 21-0. You throw an interception, and then 4 or 5 plays later, here comes Jefferson County, and the momentum's changed all of a sudden. It's 14-0. They could have very easily scored there, made it 14-7. You've definitely got a ball game, and you still got a good ball game here.
The coaching staff for the various teams having words. The Wildcats, Ron Gray, the offensive coordinator, trotting off the field along with the 2 student trainers for the Wildcats. Oak Ridge getting ready to punt. Trey McDonald standing back about, a half a yard into the end zone. He'll punt from just inside fair territory. Jacob Schneider is the long snapper. The man back to receive the kick is backed up to the 50. Trey to punt. Gets a good end-over-end punt. It's going to take a good Oak Ridge bounce and it'll roll all the way down inside the 40-yard line, all the way to the 38-yard line. And that's where Jefferson County will take over. First down and 10 yards to go. Got a great bounce. And I'm surprised the man didn't want to try to field. That was a returnable punt, actually, but he let it roll backwards, and the Wildcats got about a 15 to 20-yard roll. And Jefferson County, with only 41 seconds to play, has it first down, 10 yards to go.
You would think if you were Jefferson County, you'd want to make something happen on that time. The guy who was back deep trying to receive the punt didn't move. The ball was toward the left hash mark, and then it started bouncing, but he didn't move a muscle. So I don't know what in the world. I guess they're content with keeping the ball where it is and maybe going into halftime 14-zip.
Upton, the lone running back. Kozik hands it off to Upton. Upton hit at the line of scrimmage. Greg Adams drives him back along with one other Oak Ridge player. And it's really no gain. In fact, maybe even a loss or so. Greg Adams playing some linebacker, sticking Ricky Upton. 27 seconds to play. And Coach Kizabeth has been known for years for his conservative play, but
well, I never really say a whole lot about the other team's coaching, but that's gutless. I mean, I'm sorry. That is absolute. You can still make this a ball game. Run a screen, do something. They ran a dive play up the middle. Run a sweep, run a screen, run a draw play. I don't understand. With 40 seconds left to go in the game, you're only down 14. You've got to do something to put your ball team in this game, and run a dive play. I don't care if it's Ricky Upton or not. Is not the way to do it.
18.6 seconds to play. We're in the first half, 14-0. Oak Ridge in the lead. At halftime, we'll have statistics. Mark Case will provide those. We'll also go back to the station with a list of games going on across the state. I guess the big ball game going on across the state tonight, and it doesn't get underway until another 10 minutes or so, is that Riverdale-Oakland ball game. That's for first place in that region.
Boy, I would love to go see that ball game, David. It would be a fantastic atmosphere. I guess probably one of the biggest crowds they've had there at the new place since they've done it. I don't know if you've been there yet. I'd like to go see it. Would be a heck of a ball game. Would not be surprised if Oakland were to pull the upset there.
Me either. Second down, 9 yards to go. 18 seconds to play in the first half. Kozik will drop back to pass, setting up a little screen pass to Upton. It's complete. He's hit, breaks a tackle, then driven down at the 36-yard line. They'll lose yardage on the play, and that's the final play of the first half. The final seconds ticking down. The Wildcats stop Upton, and that is indeed the final play. The Wildcats in the lead, 14-0. We're here at Blankenship Field on AM 1290 WATO and Tennessee Cablevision Channel 12. It's Oak Ridge 14, Jefferson County nothing. We're going to take a break. We come back, we'll talk about the first half. We'll run down the scoring. We'll also have statistics and scores of other ball games, and we might have a special interview as well. We're on AM 1290 WATO and Tennessee Cablevision Channel 12, and we'll be back in 3 minutes. You're bringing it back to me after this. Big Scott. We're about to get the second half underway. The Wildcats will be receiving the kick. This kick is sponsored once again by the Oak Ridge Conference Center in the Oak Ridge Mall. Jefferson County to kick, trailing 14-0, and the second half is underway on this kick. High, short pop-up kick. Matt Smith will field it at the 32-yard line. Matt Smith at the 35. Matt Smith at the 40. Tackled at that point. Good field position for Oak Ridge as the Wildcats take over. First down, 10 yards to go, and there was no hesitation in the world. Matt Smith made the catch and returns it for about 5 or 6 yards.
Normally you see somebody fair catch it in that situation. Matt Smith says, no way, Jose, I'm taking, and picks up, I don't know, maybe 6 or 7 yards, but Oak Ridge got great field position on the 41-yard line.
Here come the Wildcats to the line. First down, 10 yards to go at their own 41. Rock Harden split out to the right. Sean Thomas to the left. Backfield split behind Jared Tharp. We'll check the line in a moment. Handoff goes Adams. Adams moves the ball forward for a gain of about 5 or 6 yards as he brings the ball across the Oak Ridge 45 to the 46. Ryan Wright is in at tackle for the Wildcats. Chris Johnston at guard. Wildcats also in the game with Matt Collins on the other tackle. And the other guard, I believe, we'll have to see, I guess, is Chris Johnston. And Eric Ingers in there as well. Jacob Schneider's the tight end. Wideouts include Adrian Porter, who splits out to the right. The backfield, Harden, Adams, and Houston. Tharp the quarterback, Greg Woofter the center. Second down, 3.5 yards to go. Harden comes in motion. Jared to pass. Here's the pass complete to Adrian Porter. First down at the 50-yard line. Tackled at the Jefferson County 47-yard line. First down, 10 yards to go for the Wildcats.
We saw that play earlier in the game and where they made a big first down. The same play, Porter goes down, runs about a 7 or 8 yard little curl route, picks up a first down. Nice throw by Jared Tharp to get the ball to him. Oak Ridge is on the move. Looks like right at the 47-yard line of the Patriots.
Up to the line once again will come Oak Ridge. Rock Harden splits out to the near side as the Wildcats move from right to left here in the third quarter. 10:55 to play, and Oak Ridge will call a timeout. Once again, I want to remind everybody that the cheerleaders will have a special fundraiser tomorrow at the Oak Ridge practice field. It is a powder puff football games taking place, and it's for, as I mentioned, the cheerleaders. There is a slight admission charge at the practice field. It begins at 2 o'clock, and then all the money goes to the cheerleaders who basically have to raise the money themselves, and it should be a lot of fun. The powder puff games going on at the practice field tomorrow at 2 o'clock.
What position are you playing, David?
Well, they wanted me to play quarterback, but they didn't think I was quick enough, so I'm going to have to play the line.
That'd be good for you.
First down, 10 yards to go for the Wildcats as the coaches come off the field. I'd like to thank Big Ed's once again, also for providing pizza up here in the press box. They did it at Coach's Corner on Wednesday as well, and we appreciate that. Want to make sure we cover all our bases here. 10:52 to play in the third quarter. Oak Ridge, first down, 10 yards to go at the Jefferson County 48-yard line. Tharp hands it off straight up the middle. Adams at the 40, Adams at the 35. Brings the ball around the 30-yard line. Greg Adams just explodes behind the center blocking of Oak Ridge center Greg Woofter for another first down for the Wildcats.
Well, I'd like to think that's a trap, but it almost seems like it hits too quick to be a trap. It may just be base blocking where they go off what the center Woofter does. If he takes the guy to the right, Adams goes up to the left. That time a huge hole, and Greg Adams just hits the hole extremely quick and picks up a big first down for the Wildcats.
Ball's at the Jefferson County 33-yard line. Tharp back to pass. Across the middle, Jacob Schneider complete at the 20. Jacob Schneider down to the 19, another first down. Crisp-looking drive for the Wildcats out of the break.
Well, it really is, and that's a play I remember seeing, David. It's like a little hot pass where the tight end goes straight up the field. The quarterback takes 2 or 3 steps back and just hits him right in the little seam. Almost always your tight end's going to be open, and really Oak Ridge has done a good job in utilizing Jacob Schneider.
Jared Tharp now 6 of 8 passing in the ball game for 78 yards tonight. So Jared, that is right on the number. First down, 10 yards to go. There's movement across the line by the Jefferson County Patriots. The Wildcats in the lead, 14-0. 10:06 to play. We're early in the third quarter. Jared Tharp needs 125 yards tonight to tie Alonzo Howard for 5th on the all-time passing list, and he's well over 70 now, so he's on his way. Perhaps maybe not, might not get it tonight as the Wildcats see Jefferson County penalize 5. First down, 5 yards to go. Tharp will hand it off here to Kiki Houston. Big hole, 10, down to the 8-yard line, spins and pushed back at the 10-yard line. Let's see if they give him to the 8. They're going to say, and he is tackled at the 9-yard line. That's where Oak Ridge will have it. That should be another first down.
Well, it's just a huge explosion by Kiki Houston. You can just see his quickness. Hadn't touched the first time he's touched the ball in the second half, and just explodes and got all the way down to look like about the 7 or 8 yard line, and got spun. Looked like he was going to go in the end zone. One guy had got him, and I believe it was number 3 for them, been Rodney Phipps, who actually saved the touchdown. But they are going to measure. Looks like it's going to be very close.
And indeed, the chains are put down on the field and stretched, and it is a first down for the Wildcats. First down, goal to go. Ball is inside the 10 at the 9-yard line. 9:31 to play third quarter. 14-0. Oak Ridge in the lead. 15-yard touchdown pass from Jared Tharp to Sean Thomas, and a 2-yard run by Jared Tharp, accounting for the Wildcat scores, with Daniel Wetzel tagging both extra points. Here comes Oak Ridge to the line once again. Sean Thomas split out to the left of Jared Tharp. Rock Harden and Adams in the backfield. Single man Houston comes in motion. First and goal, handoff, Greg Adams, not much room to go, and he's blasted, fumbles the football. It's down on the field, recovered by the Patriots at the 5-yard line. Got blasted in the back, and the ball came popping out. He was hit by Chad Klaus, a 6'3", 205-pounder. It'll be first down, 10 yards to go, so the Wildcats turn it over again inside the 20-yard line.
Well, he ran toward the left side of the actual right over the guard, the left guard. There wasn't a whole lot there. He saw a little seam and almost was backing up. As he was backing up, Chad Klaus comes in and just drills him from behind. The ball spurts out, and Jefferson County gets the ball on the Oak Ridge's 6-yard line.
Kiki Houston, Matt Smith, along with James Booker and Drew Walker in the secondary. First down, 10 yards to go for Jefferson County at their own 5-yard line. Upton at the 5. Upton hit and tackled at the 8-yard line. John Jordan for the Wildcats. Oak Ridge also with Matt Smith in there. The linebackers are for Oak Ridge. Morgan Blackburn, the former Jefferson County Patriot. Greg Adams. The robber is Billy Shipley. The line consists, the ends are Stephen Wood and Greg Wolfter. The tackles are Grissom and Jordan. I think that covers everybody. Second down, 7 yards to go. 8:38 to play, third quarter. Jefferson County at the 9-yard line. Single receiver, split out here to the right. That's Rodney Phipps once again. Upton's the tailback. Quarterback is under center. Second down, 7 yards to go. This time the quarterback running, pitching to Upton. Boom, blasted at the 6-yard line. He'll lose yardage. The Wildcats come in. This time nothing going on the pitch. Adams along with Stephen Wood and Drew Walker there for the stop.
Well, it's always, to me, it's very hard to run the option into the short side of the field. The ball's on the right hash mark. They're trying to run the option to the right. That time the quarterback, very inexperienced, pitched the ball a little bit too quick. Stephen Wood made him pitch, and Drew Walker comes in, fields, and loses a couple yards on the play. Outstanding defense total for the Oak Ridge Wildcats.
Dale Kozik is the quarterback for them, 6 foot, 145-pound sophomore. They'll split receivers out left and right. Once again, 4 receivers. Ricky Upton standing at the 1-yard line. It's third down, 9 yards to go. The ball is at the 7. Back to pass. Pass is going to be complete, and then a big stick by James Booker and Greg Adams. They drive him out of bounds at around the 10. It'll be fourth down, and they'll be forced to punt. One of the first passes I remember actually up the field. They haven't really attempted much. The Wildcats are going to get great field position, so the turnover doesn't hurt the Wildcats, except the fact they did not get a chance to score. And dropping back to receive the kick will go Booker and Kiki Houston, 2 very explosive, exciting return men standing back at the Jefferson County 40. They'll punt from the end zone. Good snap. Punt. High. Very, very short. James Booker will field it at the 35-yard line and will be tackled nicely by the Patriots. I think it was by Diamond Rattler. It'll be first down, 10 yards to go for Oak Ridge.
You know, I can't get over as far as the field position that Oak Ridge has. I believe the very first the very first possession they got the ball on like their own 45-yard line. I think everything else has been on Jefferson County side of the field. I mean, they have just dominated the field position in this ball game.
14-0, Oak Ridge in the lead, 6:53 to play, third quarter. Here comes Oak Ridge to the line once again. Splitting out to the left is Sean Thomas. Slot left is Harden. Quarterback is Adrian Porter. Porter to Rock Harden. Looking for a block. Moves the ball across the 35 to the 32-yard line. So Rock getting a chance to run the ball. And Adrian Porter, who played so well last week in the win over Campbell County at quarterback, seeing action once again. They gain 5 on the play.
Well, you know, he just brings the other dimension. He's kind of like the not quite as versatile as like you think about the T. Martin, Peyton Manning, where, you know, Jared's not just a thrown quarterback, but he comes in here, will run the option. Jared doesn't run the whole lot of option. Just extremely quick, makes good decisions, and very exciting football player.
Rico Brown split out here to the left. The handoff goes, no, it's the quarterback pitching to Kiki Houston. No place to go, has to reverse course, gets to the outside, turns the corner, 30, 25, 20, Houston 10, touchdown Oak Ridge. Kiki Houston found nothing to his left, came back to his right and takes it in and scores.
Wow, that time, David, they run the option on the left side, nothing there. I mean, matter of fact, would have probably got stopped for maybe a 7 or 8 yard loss. Kiki Houston sees nothing there, turns all the way around, sees a seam about the 23-yard line, and just bolts straight to the end zone untouched.
And Daniel Wetzel will attempt the extra point. Drew Walker to hold. Jacob Schneider to snap. 20-0 Oak Ridge. 6 minutes to play in the third quarter. Kiki Houston has just tied Scott Munger on the all-time touchdown list as the kick is up, and it is good. 21-0 Oak Ridge, and we'll be back in 60 seconds. Back here at Blankenship Field on AM 1290 WATO, and this kickoff is sponsored by the Oak Ridge Conference Center and the Oak Ridge Mall. Hits a Jefferson County player at the 10, picked up at the 15. Tackled at around the 19-yard line. Another big hit by one of the Wildcats. And it'll be Oak Ridge back on defense, and Jefferson County's offense now trailing in the ball game. 21-0, 5:59 to play. Third quarter action here at Blankenship Field next Thursday, and I want to keep saying that because I don't want people not showing up on Thursday. Oak Ridge will play Farragut, and that'll be the final regular season ball game. It'll be a 7:30 kickoff. It'll be for the regional championship here at Blankenship Field on Thursday night. I formation once again. Kozik under center, Upton the tailback, and he gets the call. Hits the line of scrimmage, hits the turf at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. 5:52 and counting, 21-0 Oak Ridge. Let's see if the Wildcats make any changes. I don't think so as of right now. Still anybody's ball game, only a 3-touchdown lead for the Wildcats, and we have seen Jefferson County. This is not the best Jefferson County we've teamed. It's not the worst team in the world, not as bad as their record, obviously, and they're limited a little bit without their starting quarterback who throws the ball effectively. In fact, Coach Gaddis said he was an excellent passer. They just didn't pass the ball that much. Up to the line they'll come. 2 receivers split out to the right. Second down, 9 yards to go. Kozik under center. Back to pass. Across the way. Pass is complete. Then fumbled. Picked up on a dead run by Stephen Wood. Stephen Wood at the 25. Down to around the 23-yard line. Let's see if it'll count. So flag goes down on the play. Stephen Wood picks up the ball, but their flag is down on the play.
It was an interesting play. They had a little quick slant in, and actually the ball got through a couple defenders, and then Bradley Childers for them, wide receiver, 140-pound sophomore, got drilled and then spun away from it and then got drilled again. The ball popped up right into Stephen Wood's hands. He returns the ball, I don't know, 10 or 12 yards. There is a penalty. It will be declined. Oak Ridge takes over. Once again, has great field position once again.
And Adrian Porter will come back in at quarterback. The ball's at the 23-yard line. 5 minutes to play in the third quarter. 21-0 Oak Ridge in the lead. Up to the line will come the Wildcats. Sean Thomas splits out to the right. He has a touchdown reception tonight. Rock Harden to the left. Adams in the backfield along with Houston. Adrian under center. Hands it off to the double crisscross to Rock Harden. Rock Harden moves the ball across the 20 to around the 16 or 17-yard line. The counter crisscross working once again for the Wildcats. They gain about 5 or 6 yards.
You know, it seems like Oak Ridge they've run that play once a game. They run it, and it almost always makes a big play. Hasn't scored up for a huge play, I think, in a while, in maybe 2 or 3 games, but they always make good yardage, 6-7 yards at a time. This time they picked up about 7.
Ball is at the Jefferson County 16-yard line. Adrian Porter under center. Hands it off to Kiki Houston. Kiki Houston this time finds nothing. He's tackled for a loss of about a yard or 2 back here at the 18-yard line. The Wildcats will have it third down and about 5 yards to go. 4:19 to play, third quarter, and a chilly night here at Blankenship Field.
That's a great night for football, David. I guess the weekend we played Clinton, you had Clinton and Tennessee playing Florida the next day. Now you got Jefferson County coming to town, and you playing Alabama the next day. So, just 2 wonderful weekends for football.
Jason McCadley and Sean Bohannon should see some action tomorrow. Sean's on the kickoff team, and Jason is a receiver. Adrian rolling, running. Adrian at the 15. Porter moves the ball to around the 13-yard line. He's very close to a first down. He might be about a half a yard short. Depending on where they spot it, they'll put him down at the 13. Needed to get to about that point on the field for a first. It'll be fourth down and about a yard to go. They're going to call an official's timeout while they bring the chains onto the field. I'd like to thank M&W Auto Repair in Elza Gate once again for their sponsorship of this ball game. Stop by and see Mike and Wanda Marsh, longtime sponsors or longtime, supporters of Oak Ridge football. They're located in Elza Gate. They say they have the best prices in town. Stop by M&W Auto Repair in Elza Gate. 21-0 our score.
You not taking the WATO van by there lately, David?
3 minutes, 37 seconds to play in the third quarter. been about everywhere else. Yes, 21-0, the Wildcats in the lead. Up to the line once again will come Oak Ridge going for it. They need less than a yard to go. Tharp's back in at quarterback, I do believe. And Jared will sneak the ball forward for the first down. So Jared moves the ball to the 10-yard line and picks up the first down. So Wildcats have it. First down. Let's see if it's goal to go. Ball's at the 10-yard line. And let's see if Jared's going to stay in at quarterback. Yes, he is. Tharp's going to stay in, and Porter's going to come over to the sideline. Tharp back in the quarterback position. Adrian coming over. He'll, I'm sure, return back in. Gets a pat on the helmet from his head coach, Coach Joe Gaddis, and Winston Russell. They were talking with him down there. Adrian brings a little excitement to the game, but Tharp is back in. First down. Goal to go at the 10-yard line. Jared back to pass, hands it off here to Houston, and the Wildcats will lose 2 or 3 yards. Big penetration that time for Jefferson County. 2:57 to play, third quarter. It's 21-0. The Wildcats are in the lead. Mark Hayes is our statistician, and we'll have his statistics at the conclusion of the ball game. We'll have interviews down on the field after the ball game. Joe Gaddis will be up here, and we'll talk with him, and we'll have scores of other ball games and a highlight show. Dan Peters will have that after we conclude our broadcast here on WATO. We're also on Tennessee Cablevision Channel 12 tonight. Second and goal. Tharp looking, running, firing. Man is in the end zone. Some contact down there, but no flag. Oak Ridge fans thought that Rodney Phipps made contact with the intended receiver, Jacob Schneider. That wasn't the case, in their opinion. Third down, 13 yards to go. It stops the clock. 2:24 to play, third quarter, 21-0. Oak Ridge beat Campbell County last week, 57-7. To up their record to 4-0 within the region. This coming Thursday, the Wildcats will see the Farragut Admirals come in with their 3-1 record. A win by Farragut will throw it into a three-way tie if Clinton is able to beat Campbell County next week, and I think they probably can. We'll get back to that in a moment. Third down, 13. Tharp to pass, across the middle, batted down. Pass intended for one of the receivers. Let's see if they bring Wetzel into the ballgame. That will be the case. Daniel will come in to attempt his second field goal of the night. So the winner, if Oak Ridge wins, they're the regional champions. Clinton is number 2, Farragut number 3. And the winner of the Bearden Carnes game is number 4. Wildcats control their own destiny. They would love to get those 3 home games in the playoffs. 30-yard field goal for Daniel Wetzel in the middle of the field. Drew Walker to hold. 21-0, the Wildcats lead. 2:21 to play. Jacob Schneider to snap. Good snap. Good hold. Daniel kicks it. It's on its way, and it's good. Daniel Wetzel, a 30-yard field goal, and the Wildcats lead it 24-0. And we'll be back in 60 seconds.
How many is that Philadelphia made?
He needs one more. Back here at Blankenship Field, the Wildcats to kick off. Once again sponsored by the Oak Ridge Conference Center and the Oak Ridge Mall. Bounces at the 5 and rolls into the end zone. That'll be a touchback. Back to receive the kick was number 34, Rusty Kyle. It'll be Jefferson County first and 10 at the 20. It's 24-0 Oak Ridge. 2:13 to play in the third quarter. I don't believe Oak Ridge has never posted a shutout over Jefferson County. We're still a long ways from this game coming to its conclusion. I think they've posted 2 shutouts on Oak Ridge. The Wildcats could very easily take on this Jefferson County team in the first round of the playoffs. We talked about that. A big possibility that they will be our first round opponent 2 weeks from tonight. See what they can do. Single running back is Ricky Upton. First down, 10 yards to go. Shifting on the line of scrimmage. Kozik under center, rolling, pitching it to Upton. Upton is going to be tackled hard, dropped by Michael Resnick at around the 20-yard line. No gain really at all in the play as Upton is hit by Michael Resnick.
Well, you know, Resnick's another guy. I mean, he doesn't play a whole lot. Every time he plays, though, David, he makes something happen. I know I'd like to have his percentage of big plays versus percentage of plays, period. It's got to lead the team by far.
No gain on the play. Second down, 10 yards to go. 24-0. Oak Ridge on top. Third quarter. Minute 41 to play. 2 receivers split out to the right. Upton, the lone running back. 2 receivers to the left. Pass is going to be complete for a first down. Nice play this time. They're trying to bring him down. Sean Thomas finally gets a little help, and they drop him at the 35-yard line. Nice catch that time by Justin Griffin, a 6', 170-pound senior. The Wildcats had trouble corralling him, but he finally goes down at the 36-yard line. First down, 10 yards to go for Jefferson County. Clock is wound, a minute 27 to play. The Patriots moving from left to right, wearing their white jerseys with red and blue numerals. Single running back, Ricky Upton again, 4 receivers from the 36. First down 10. Ricky Upton on the carry. No, it's the quarterback, sacked. Thought he handed it off to Upton. Probably should have, because he's dropped by Stephen Wood, Tommy Grissom, and one other Wildcat, it's Greg Woofter. Resnick was around there. It'll be a gain of a yard on the play. Second down and 9, under a minute to play. Third quarter here at Blankenship Field. The junior varsity Wildcats concluded their season with a perfect mark. 8-0, I believe, their final mark. Congratulations to the junior varsity Wildcats, which only gave up 24 points while scoring well over 200. Quarterback running, and down the field he goes. All the way, Kozik, he's going to be tackled finally at the 20-yard line. That time, they played the pitch man, but they didn't pick up the quarterback, and he moves the ball to the 30-yard line.
You know, when you play a Veer team like that, that's going to happen every now and again. You just cannot contain all 3 people on every single play. That time, an excellent play by the Patriots. They come out, they fake the handoff, and then the quarterback, it looks like he had 2 guys actually go on the pitch man, and that leaves no one for the quarterback. He's just running by himself. A huge play for them to take it down to the 29-yard line.
Remember the quarterbacks, Charlie Bryant and Charlie Gilbert, they were masters at doing that. It's first down, 10 yards to go for Jefferson County at the 29-yard line. Upton the lone running back, first and 10. This time Upton does as the third quarter comes to a close. Our score going to the fourth and final quarter here at Blankenship Field. It's Oak Ridge 24, Jefferson County nothing, and we'll be back in 60 seconds. Opening play of the fourth quarter, second down, 9 yards to go. Handoff goes up the middle, this time for nothing. Once again, nothing up the middle. The Wildcats stack him at the line of scrimmage. That's a new running back in there for Jefferson County, number 43, Brandon Williams, 5'11", 210-pounder. So Upton not in the ball game right now. This is a non-regional ball game. They have to win next week's ball game to qualify to the playoffs. And Upton, with only 55 yards in the ball game, 21 carries, he might have seen his last bit of work here tonight, but they don't want to risk him. They need to win next week to get to the playoffs. And he is no longer in the backfield. Receivers left and right. Williams the tailback. 4 receivers in the pattern. Third down, 9 yards to go. Quarterback Kozik back to pass, sacked. Stephen Wood grabs him, hurls him to the turf along with John Jordan. It'll be fourth down facing Jefferson County.
Well, he was in there. Stephen Wood was just in there almost as soon as the quarterback got set up. It looks like he ran. There was probably a fullback or one of the running backs was trying to block, and the quarterback ran into him. Stephen Wood saw that, comes in, pounces on him, and a huge sack for the Oak Ridge Wildcats.
Back here to the 32-yard line. It's fourth down. 13 yards to go for Jefferson County. Craig Kizabeth is the longtime coach at Jefferson County. Kizabeth is assisted by Jim Smith, John Breimer, Rusty James, and I'll get to the rest of them in a moment. Fourth down, 13 yards to go. Back to pass, Kozik once again. Here's the pass down the way. Intercepted by Sean Thomas. Sean Thomas out of the end zone. Sean Thomas at the 5. Sean Thomas at the 10-yard line. Oak Ridge takes over. First down, 10 yards to go. Probably at that particular moment it would have been better just to bat it down, but the Wildcats would have had it up the field a little bit. It's kind of hard to tell a kid not to be aggressive. It's going to be first and 10 Wildcats.
Yeah, it really is. When the ball's up there and you see it and you got a chance to catch it, I mean, 99% of the time, you catch it. That time I agree. It's fourth down. You want to just bat the ball down. And he actually ran probably 3 or 4 yards deep in the end zone. Had to turn around. I'm not exactly sure if the momentum carries you in. If he could have had a touchback, probably not. So it's probably a wise decision once he did come away with the ball to go ahead and turn around and try to run and get as much as he could out of it.
Congratulations goes out to the Oak Ridge High School Lady Wildcat volleyball team. They won the regional championship yesterday, defeating South Doyle and Farragut. They'll be in the sub-state this Monday at the Oak Ridge High School gym against Tennessee High of Bristol. Congratulations goes out to them and the Soccer Cats. The ladies knocked off Carnes yesterday for the district championship, and they'll start regional play as well. So the Lady Wildcats, as one of the officials, is coming out a little bit injured, or comes out of the ball game. So we will halt play just for a moment as they attend to the injured referee.
Del Condra, he looks like he's pretty hobbled. Don't guess I'll be seeing him on the golf course tomorrow.
Were you expecting to play him?
I was not I wasn't expecting to play period, unfortunately, but he plays in a group just about every Saturday morning. He looks like he's in a lot of pain. Matter of fact, it looks like it may be his back. He came off very gingerly, and I guess the question, he's the referee, which means he is the head man, which I guess they have some kind of a deal where if he goes out, then another guy takes his place. But who is it? Is it the linesman? Is it the back judge? Or who, do you know? Is there a succession? Or is it like a hierarchy? How do they do that?
You're asking me the wrong questions here. All I see is that L.C. Wilson, the umpire, took kind of control down there, and he is standing over the ball. The officials are talking about it. L.C. Wilson is the umpire, and I'm not really too sure, but they're playing without the referee who is being attended to over on the sideline. Jared Tharp's in at quarterback. First down, 10 yards to go. Handoff goes to Ryan Benjamin, who brings the ball to the 15-yard line. We're in the fourth quarter with Oak Ridge in the lead, 24-0. Jeremy Loveday on the stop for the Patriots. 10 minutes to play in the game, 24-0. The Wildcats in the lead over Jefferson County. We appreciate you listening to us on WATO or watching us on Tennessee Cablevision Channel 12. The replay of this game can be seen immediately following a rock-hard interview. We'll start the interview at about 12. The game will begin about 12:20 tomorrow on Tennessee Cablevision Channel 12. Receivers left and right. Tharp from the 15-yard line. Houston comes in motion. Jared back to pass. Pass is complete to Sean Thomas. First down for Oak Ridge across the 25 up to around the 27-yard line. Another crisply thrown pass by Tharp and another nice catch by Sean Thomas. First and 10, Oak Ridge.
Well, Jared's really had a great night throwing the ball. He's just been very crisp. He's thrown he's had the right touches at the right times. The long ones he's thrown long, he's put great touch on. The little short ones, he's put a lot of fire into it. Been very, very accurate tonight, and probably really one of the best nights he's had throwing the ball, really maybe going back to the Oakland game last year.
Houston comes out of the ball game. The Wildcats have Rico Brown in the ball game. Adrian Porter's in there. Ryan Benjamin's in there. The Wildcats, it looks like James Booker perhaps as well. Tharp, screen pass complete. He's going to throw the pass. It's going to go to Rico Brown at the 50, 45-40, 35-30. Great play, Oak Ridge. The Wildcats set the screen pass, a little halfback pass from Adrian Porter. First down, 10 yards to go to Rico Brown.
That's a wrinkle we haven't seen. I'm just kind of wondering why they would elect to use it in this ball game. You're up 24-0 and going in, late or beginning of the fourth quarter. You think you pretty much got this one in hand. Why not say that it's playoffs? Why not save it for the Farragut game unless in case you need it? But there again, a great pass, great play, a lot of imagination, nice looking play.
A lot of times you just want other teams to have to prepare for something like that. Backfield split, first and 10 Wildcats at the Jefferson County 29-yard line. Handoff, Ryan Benjamin. Benjamin across the 25-yard line of Jefferson County to the 23. 8:52 to play in the ball game, 24-0. Oak Ridge on top of the Jefferson County Patriots here at Blankenship Field. Wildcats in the lead. Here comes Porter back in the ball game. Wildcats once again with the play. The ball is officially at the 23-yard line. Splitting out to the left is Adrian Porter. Rock Harden in a slot to the left. Ryan Benjamin and Kiki Houston in the ball game. Jared handing it off to Rock Harden on the short side of the field, having trouble. Moves the ball forward and goes out of bounds. Stops the clock at around the 23-yard line. 8:20 to play. It'll be for Oak Ridge. Third down and about 3 yards to go.
A very athletic run that time by Rock Harden. He was going to his right and then actually started to get tackled and slipped and put his hand down, spun away and picked up another couple yards. Could have been a disaster, but the outstanding athletic ability by Rock Harden to gain, I guess, a couple.
Rico Brown back in the ball game, brings in the play from the sideline up to the line. Oak Ridge splitting out to the right is Rico. Slot to the right is Kiki Houston. Tharp, third down, about 3.5 yards to go. Running to his left, needing a block. Across the middle to Jacob Schneider. Pass is overthrown, incomplete. Wildcats also had Ryan Benjamin down there. It'll be an incomplete pass, a big hit on the quarterback by Justin Anderson. And the Wildcats will bring in Daniel Wetzel once again to try to tie Granger Marler for first place on the all-time field goal list. Granger hit 13 field goals in his career. Daniel, with his field goal tonight, has 12. He'll put the tee down at the 31-yard line. This is a 41-yard field goal from the right hash. Drew Walker to hold, 8:12 to play, 24-0 Oak Ridge. Here's the snap by Jacob Schneider. Good hold. A 41-yard field goal by Daniel Wetzel, his 13th field goal of his career, and that ties Granger Marlar for first place all-time number of field goals in Oak Ridge High School history. This could very easily be the team we play 2 weeks from tonight in the first round of the playoffs as Wetzel kicks off. Scribber right down the middle of the field, picked up. No, it's going to roll into the end zone. It'll be a touchback. I thought number 34, Rusty Kyle, was going to pick it up, but he did not. And the Oak Ridge defense is back out on the field. Looks like we're going to keep the starters in. 27-0, 8 minutes to play in the ball game. Let's see. The Wildcats out there with the starting line. Stephen Wood, along with John Jordan, Grissom, and Woofter. The linebackers are for Oak Ridge. Let's see. Greg Adams is back in there. Morgan Blackburn. Rock Harden's going to check into the secondary. Let's see who he checks in for. It's going to be Oak Ridge's Drew Walker coming out of the ball game. 1st and 10, Jefferson County at their own 20, trailing 27-0. Quarterback's in trouble. John Jordan and one other Wildcat drop him. He breaks that tackle, gets back to the line of scrimmage, and there he goes. John had a grasp and just couldn't quite get him down, and one of the Wildcats is down, but he's okay as the Wildcats finally make the stop. Here comes Nathan Farquharson in the ball game. He'll take over at one of those defensive end spots. It'll be no game to play, second down at about 10.
Well, the quarterback definitely had to run for his life. As soon as he got back to set up the pass or to run that deep option, whatever he was going to do, John Jordan was back there, spun off of him, and I believe it was Stephen Woods came in and spun off of him and got another couple yards up the field until finally was blasted by Morgan Blackburn, picked up about a half a yard.
Single running back. It is not Ricky Upton. He is not in the ball game. 4-man front. Quarterback hands it off. It is Upton who moves the ball. No, it's number 43, Brandon Williams. Only about a yard gained on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 9. 7:15 to play. The Wildcats are going to get the opportunity to get the ball if they can hold him once again. Nathan Farquharson there on the stop for the Wildcats. See if we have any other changes. Chris Kreider's in the ball game as a defensive back. Adrian Porter's back there along with Rock Harden. The robber, I think, remains Billy Shipley. 3rd down at about 8 yards to go. 4-man front. Kozik back to pass. Rolling, looking, firing up the way. Sean Thomas could pick off another one. No, it's going to be incomplete. Knocked out of the hands of the intended receiver, Justin Griffin. Sean, I thought, was going to pick it off. Then it looked like Griffin made the catch. Then Sean reached in there, ripped it out. It'll be 4th down, and they'll punt once again.
It was a good defense that time. It was actually the receiver had gotten inside and was there, had the opportunity to catch the ball, and really not a bad throw at all. I actually, the first couple of times I saw the quarterback throw the ball, I didn't think he could throw the ball over 20 yards. That time he threw the ball, on a strike, probably 35 yards or so. So it kind of surprised me with his arm strength. 4th
and 7, they'll punt once again. Oak Ridge in the lead, 27-0. Kick is away. High, very high kick. Fair catch made by Adrian Porter at the Jefferson County 44-yard line, and onto the field will come the Wildcats. And Oak Ridge, let's see, Wildcats are going to get, looks like Matt Smith in the ball game, perhaps at a halfback position. He practiced in the early season at halfback, and it looks like Matt's going to come in. Wildcats are getting Eichen back in. Adams will be the tailback. Drew Walker is going to be the quarterback. Walker getting the chance to play, the 3rd quarterback used tonight. 27-0 Oak Ridge, 6:35 to play in the ball game. Matt Collins is still on the line. Sean Thomas split out to the right. James Booker in a slot here to the right of Drew Walker. 1st and 10. Handoff straight up the middle. Adams, 40, 35 to the 30. Down to the 29-yard line. Ran over the top of Justin Griffin. 1st down, 10 yards to go, Oak Ridge.
For 2 years we've seen him do that. Greg Adams gets the head of speed up, and when the free safety or the strong safety one comes to try to tackle him, he does not move one single. He just keeps the legs churning, lowers his head, and just runs right over him. He'd rather do that than to score. I'm thoroughly convinced he'd rather run over somebody than to try to go for the end zone.
Matt Smith is indeed a halfback back there. 1st down, 10 yards to go. He comes in motion. Drew running, looking for help. 25, 20. Drew Walker down to the 18-yard line. 1st down, 10 yards to go for Drew Walker. I do believe it's very, very close. Fine run that time by Walker. It's good to see Matt Smith in the ballgame as a halfback. I don't believe he has had one carry on the year, and that is the case. They worked him in halfback in the preseason, but he told me in an interview a few days ago, or about a couple weeks ago, that he has been trying to lobby with Coach Gray to get him some playing time in there, and he's finally getting a chance against Jefferson County. The Wildcats to the line. It was a 1st down. 5:45 to play in the game. 27-0 the score. Reed Casey's in as a receiver. Drew will pass, might run, now goes in the end zone, wide open man, touchdown Oak Ridge! Great athletic play, James Booker goes high up in the air and pulls it down for the score.
Wow, what a play. James Booker was kind of standing in the back all by himself in the back of the end zone. The ball was just a little bit underthrown. He comes back and leaps up over and almost reaches up right over the head of the defender to take the ball away. Outstanding reception by Booker.
And Oak Ridge leads it 33-0. 5:34 to play in the ball game. The Wildcats to attempt the extra point. Aaron Hunt boots it up, and it's good. Aaron Hunt splits the uprights. 34-0 Oak Ridge. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
That's right. That's how, besides that interception that we ran back to 11, the worst
And this kickoff is brought to you by the Oak Ridge Conference Center in the Oak Ridge Mall. It's a line drive bouncing kick fielded by Jefferson County at the 15, 20. Boom! Big stick at the 25-yard line. Huge lick placed by the Wildcats. David Boast, I believe, was down there. Nick Conley and Booker. It'll be first down, 10 yards to go.
Look, it's Matt Smith is on the big stick. David was down there early and just leveled the ball carrier.
It'll be Jefferson County's offense with 5:27 to play in the ball game. They trail Oak Ridge 34-0. Wildcats, let's see, have Wes Newsom in the ball game. Wolfter's coming out. The Wildcats come to the line defensively. I'll check some of the other numbers. Jefferson County from the I formation. Let's see if they have a new quarterback in there. 1st and 10 at the 25. Quarterback will throw, pass, complete across the 35-yard line. Reed Casey drops him at that point. Should be enough for a first down. 5:20 to play in the game. 34-0 Oak Ridge. Mark Haste is our statistician. We'll have his statistics at the end of the ball game. I'd like to thank Philip Leander, Chris Boyd, and Matt Tedford from Tennessee Cablevision Channel 12 for their camera work tonight. The replay can be seen on Channel 12 as Billy Shipley comes out of the ball game. Matt Stevens is in the game at robber. Adrian Porter's in there. We'll check some of the other numbers. 5:11 to play. 1st and 10. Jefferson County I formation. Receivers left and right. The Wildcats stack the line of scrimmage, and then there's movement on the line. One of the linemen for Jefferson County just stood up, and the penalty flag goes down, stopping the clock at the 5:03 mark.
You know, Mr. Hayes just told us, we were talking about field position. I guess a couple series ago when Oak Ridge had intercepted the ball, they got the ball on their own 11-yard line. Besides that, the worst field position that Oak Ridge had to start a drive was their own 41-yard line. David, if you can do that consistently, you're going to win a whole lot of football games.
I think Trey McDonald's only punted the ball one time in the ball game. 34-0, 4:53 and counting. I formation. The Wildcats in the lead. Movement on the line. There was a 5-yard step off against Oak Ridge. Quarterback under center. Kosick. And the handoff goes forward for a gain of 2 or 3 yards. It'll be second down at about 3. Rusty Kyle on the carry. 4:35 to play. Wildcats, Michael Resnick on the stop at the 45-yard line. Second down at about 2 yards to go. 34-0 Oak Ridge in the lead. Oak Ridge headed for their 7th win of the year. They'll go for win number 8 next week against the Farragut Admirals. That'll be a Thursday night ball game at Blankenship Field, a home ball game. We'll have the coverage beginning at 6 o'clock with our pregame show. 7:30 kickoff. 4:10 to play. Second down at about 3 for Jefferson County. Single running back, 4 receivers. Kosick to pass, pumps, in trouble, running, sacked. Sacked for a loss of about 3 yards. The Wildcats all over him. It'll be third down at about 5 yards to go. 3:53 and counting. A lot of the fans on this chilly night beginning to head towards their cars and out of here. We'll have player interviews after the ball game. Coach Joe Gaddis, statistics, scores of other ball games, and a highlight show as the Patriots waiting for the play. 3:37 to play in the ball game. Third down, 5 yards to go. So the Wildcat offense could get another opportunity to come out on the field. Not a lot of time left. The Wildcats need to hold right here, give the offense another series at least. As the Patriots come to the line, they split out 3 receivers here to the near side. Kosick back to pass, has trouble with a handoff, and they tackle the ball carrier at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 4th down facing Jefferson County. 3:10 to play in the game, and the Wildcats should get the ball back once again. James Booker dropping back to receive the kick as Nathan Christian comes in for John Jordan. The Wildcats also have Morgan Blackburn in the ball game, Resnick, Matt Spangler's in the ball game, Wes Newsom. And it'll be 4th down, and Jefferson County will punt. They trail it 34-0 with 2:50 to play in this football game. Bouncing snap, punt. High, spiraling kick, angling out of bounds, and it'll go up to the field at around the 37-yard line. That's where the Oak Ridge offense will take over. 1st down, 10 yards to go. And Trey McDonald's going to come in at tight end. Matt Smith's going to come in. Oak Ridge is going to get Adrian Porter back in the ball game. He'll be a receiver. Let's see. Oak Ridge with Ryan Benjamin in the ball game. Drew Walker is going to be the quarterback. Let's see who else is in the ball game. The Wildcats 2.5 minutes to play in the game, leading by a score of 34-0. Headed for win number 7 here in the 1998 season. We're out of the 80s. We're in the 90s now. 2:37 to play. 34-0 the score. Walker looking, wants to fire down the field to Sean Thomas, who makes the attempt for the catch at the 35-yard line. It's incomplete. Wildcats will substitute Julian Stevens into the ball game. He'll check into the ball game for Oak Ridge. 2:29 to play. It'll be 2nd down, 10 yards to go. Matt Smith comes out of the ball game. Julian checks in. And here comes Adrian Porter with the play from the sideline. 34-0. The Wildcats headed for the win. We'll have player interviews down on the field. We'll hope you'll tune in for that. Oak Ridge with the ball, 2nd down and 10 at the 37-yard line. Booker split out to the right. Trey McDonald, the tight end, to the right. Backfield split for Walker. Up to the line, Oak Ridge. Fumbled snap, recovered by Jefferson County. Patriots recover at the 41-yard line. So the Wildcats turn the ball over, and back on defense they'll go. Ben Sheets is coming out there. Michael Teasley, Larry Grissom, along with Walter Wright, Matt Spangler, Chris Kreider coming out to play a little defense. 2:22 to play. The ball's at the 41-yard line. Porter's still out there playing defense. Now he'll come out, bringing Sean Thomas out of the game. It'll be Jefferson County, 1st and 10, trailing 34-0. 2:22 to play in the ball game. The ball's at the 41. Once again, single running back, receivers left and right, 4-man front Oak Ridge. Jefferson County quarterback passing complete. At the 30, breaks a tackle, down to the 20-yard line. Tackled before that, actually, at the 23. 2:13 to play. Jefferson County does not want to be shut out. They've moved the ball inside the 25-yard line, but a flag is down at the line of scrimmage. It's been all Oak Ridge. They lead it 34-0. Jefferson County had an opportunity to score early in the ball game, but fumbled the ball inside the 10-yard line. It rolled in and out of the end zone, giving Oak Ridge the ball back on a touchback. It's going to be, let's see, what's the call? The official, the referee is out of the ball game. He went down early, and he is not in there. It's going to be against the Wildcats, so they'll be penalized. Unsportsmanlike conduct, I do believe, is the call, and they step it off inside the 10-yard line. So Jefferson County with a chance to get on the scoreboard here following this turnover. 2:13 to play, 34-0. Oak Ridge in the lead. Going to be off a little bit on my prediction. I predicted Oak Ridge to win 34-10. I think I got the 34 right, unless the Wildcats score. But Jefferson County being shut out to this point. The Wildcat defense would love to post a shutout as the quarterback rolling, pitching, and he moves the ball forward to inside the 5-yard line to around the 3. It'll be, once again, a nice play for them. The quarterback waited, then finally pitched. It'll be now 2 minutes to play in the ball game. 2nd down and about 4 yards to go. And Wes Newsom comes back in the ball game. Lots of yelling down here in front of us, perhaps by the Blackburn family once again, who sit to our right and down below. 2nd down and about 4 yards to go. Once again, up to the line will come Jefferson County. Movement on the line, single running back. 1:37 to play in the game. Quarterback rolling, hands it off for nothing. They move the ball to around the 5-yard line. 1:28 and counting. It'll be 3rd down and about 4 yards to go. The ball's at the 4. 1:22 and counting. Jefferson County has all 3 of their timeouts. Oak Ridge has 2 left. Jefferson County electing just to let the clock tick and let the game come to its conclusion if they can score at the 4-yard line. They have it 3rd down and 3. They can pick up a first down without scoring. A minute to play in the game. 34-0 Oak Ridge. Once again, quarterback under center. Back to pass. Batted down. Stops the clock. 53.6 seconds to play. Ben Sheets or Resnick or Casey, Reed Casey around the play. I didn't quite see the man who actually knocked it down. It was one of those three. As we look at the replay, it probably wasn't, but it'll be 4th down facing Jefferson County. 53.6 seconds to play in the ball game. We're on AM 1290 WATO and Tennessee Cablevision Channel 12. On the radio, we'll have player interviews, Coach Joe Gaddis, and of course we'll have Mark Hayes statistics, scores of other ball games, and a highlight show. Wildcats stack the line, 4th down. Jefferson County trying to score. Kozik passes, up for grabs. It's going to be intercepted in the end zone. The Wildcats will get a touchback as Adrian Porter picks it off, and the shutout is intact. The Oak Ridge offensive unit will come back onto the field with 47.3 seconds to play in the ball game. Oak Ridge will get Nick Conley in the ball game. Aaron Volk is coming in the ball game. Rico Brown is coming in the ball game. Drew Walker will be and they'll post the shutout as Scott Fisher comes into the ball game. He'll come in at tailback. See if the Wildcats get any other players in the ball game as they come to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 1st down, 10 yards to go. Splitting out here to the right will be Brown. Slot to the left side is Pendergrass. 47.3 seconds to play in the game. And the handoff goes to Scott Fisher. Fisher across the 30 to the 35-yard line. Fine run by Scott Fisher. He picks up big yardage as he brings the ball for a 1st down with 40 seconds to play. The Wildcats will get into the ball game now. Shuttling players in and out. Reed Casey's going to come back in the ball game. Also in the ball game will come Jesse Scheffler. He'll come in with 40.5 seconds to play. A 1st down run by Scott Fisher. Out of the ball game now will come Joshua Wiseman. Up to the line will come Oak Ridge. 35 seconds to play. Pendergrass split out to the right, a single man to the left. Backfield split, 30 seconds to play. Pendergrass comes in motion. Handoff once again goes to Fisher. Once again he drives the pile forward, blasted after a gain of about 2 yards on the play. As the Wildcats will substitute once again Matt Husband coming into the ball game. Also about to enter the ball game as receiver David Dahl. 12 seconds to play. Dahl brings in the play. 10 seconds to play. 9 seconds to play. Up to the line, Oak Ridge, the final play of the ball game. Drew Walker under center. Dahl split out to the left. The snap of the ball. Walker will roll right, hand it off to Fisher. Scott Fisher moves the ball forward as the game comes to a close here at Blankenship Field. The Wildcats victorious 34-0. And the Patriots fall to the Wildcats for the 2nd consecutive time, and we might get a chance to see them once again in the playoffs. The Wildcats win tonight impressively, beating Jefferson County and holding Ricky Upton to under 100 yards rushing. The Wildcats win it 34-0 here at Blankenship Field. This is David Clary along with Mark Hayes, Scott Munger. We'll have player interviews down on Blankenship Field here in a few short moments. We'll also have scores of other ball games, and we'll have a recap of the scoring, a highlight show by Dan Peters back at the station, and Coach Joe Gaddis as well. The Wildcats win it. We're going to sign off on the cable. We'd like to thank Matt Tedford, Phil Leander, along with Chris Boy for doing our camera work. We're going to close out on the cable. We're going to come back on the radio following this 2-minute timeout. David, yeah, you know.
Yeah, you know, crazy.
How many Scott do you have? You want to pick up his mic down there?